Have to know your pros for sure. Of course, you need a good broker. You need a good handyman. You need a good attorney. You need. There's just a whole list of professionals and vendors that you have to have good relationships with. They can make or break you for sure. It's not just the prices they charge. It is whether or not they're able to meet deadlines. That's hugely important. Whether or not, because of your book or volume of business, do they consider you a top priority? So that's something that's very important. One of the best things I could say about know your pros and vendors, two things that you need to do: you need to be very loyal, and you need to be very fickle. And if somebody's doing a good job for you, you bend over backwards to make that person part of your team. So if I have a great HVAC guy and he says, Eric, I can't get to it this afternoon, but I'll do it first thing tomorrow morning, and he's been doing a good job for us, of course we're going to wait until tomorrow morning. So you got to value people in your team, but fickle, you got to be fickle too. If somebody starts taking advantage and they slowly start dialing up the prices on you because they know that you're going to do business with them no matter what and everything, you have to be careful. And so at some point you do have to say, I'm walking away, and you change out that member of the team. But as an investor, there are so many different things that can happen with the property in the process of buying the property, and then once you own the property, very important to know who you're dealing with.
And to emphasize that a little bit more, as I said earlier, one of the situations you're in is keeping your word. If you're telling people that I can buy your property and you can close quickly, it's very important that your surveyor, that your inspector, that your electrician, that your closing attorney, all of them keep you on the priority list. Because if you say, look, I can get you your money in 2 weeks, and you're going to keep your word, well, you're actually, by saying 2 weeks, you're committing a whole lot of other people to a 2-week schedule. And that's tighter than they're used to. It's tighter than they're comfortable with. It makes it difficult to do their jobs. But if you're giving them money, you're not, they know what to expect from you. You pay them when you say you're going to pay them, and you take care of them and are loyal. You can get that 2 weeks. You keep your word. You get things done properly. And then if you have a person who's consistently making it difficult for you to keep your word, you have to change them.
Well, we've been in some situations where we actually ask the vendors ahead of time, look, we're looking to close quick on this property. Do you have it in your schedule? Can you make sure that we do this in 2 or 3 weeks? I mean, it's actually part of our due diligence before our due diligence, where we ask our vendors, look, this is what we're promising this seller to make the deal more enticing. Are you going to be able to back us up? So and I think they appreciate that fact that we're going to them ahead of time, again, making them part of the team.
And making them part of the team. And the other part is, I learned some painful lessons getting cussed out by some vendors, and rightfully so, for over-promising before I asked them. Communication not being a high point for me. And so after some painful lessons, I learned to treat the pros with more respect, which they were due, by giving them more of a heads up of what I was hoping for and asking them. And not that anyone would be surprised by this, but if you ask someone if you can do it in 2 weeks, they're a lot happier to do it than if you say, I've already signed the contract, I need this in 2 weeks, because they're volunteering to help you, not being put upon by you. And there's a big difference mentally.